Welcome back, viewers. MACTFORDEDGE here with a wild card. I have an MTD Yard Machine 22-inch 179cc snowblower, model number 32AD700. And what I have is a couple of belts that have been worn out. After all, it is a 6-year-old snowblower. Probably time for some new belts because it goes through a lot of work. So I just want to go ahead and throw this wild card video on here as we replace the belts on this snowblower in preparation for the first snowfall for the year of 2017 coming up. Yes, it's going to snow soon. So let's go ahead and get this done along with an oil change. Yes, got to do maintenance. So let's get that oil change done after we get these belts on here. Now, as you can see, this is a snowblower that I had on a previous video, and of course we have to do is get this black cover off right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing that, and then I got to flip it up over on its end like so that I can take and get at the bottom to replace the belts also. But we're going to go ahead and start removing the cover first, so we can get at the belts, and of course I should really cover the belts. I am also replacing the snow thrower auger belt, and that is part number 95404014, and the wheel drive belt is of course part number, if I can find it again, I know I had it right here. Oh, here, never mind. And of course, this is snow thrower wheel drive belt for the MTD. And of course, the part number is 75404013, as you can see right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and replace both of these belts, and then of course get this snowblower running so we can get ready to throw some snow. Now, of course, first things first, you just need a large flat-bladed screwdriver, and you just undo this screw that's right here. Shouldn't take too much for it. Just one screw holding it on. It's held on by some clips. So you just push the clip in, pop that one, and go to the other side, and you pop the other one, the same type, in, and then that releases it. Now, of course, the real fun part is trying to get this out. So you release this tab that was down in this hole, and then you got to try to wiggle this thing out of here. And it does come out like so, so you can get it out. Now, this is the belt that I'm replacing, and so is this belt right here. And of course, they're pretty much a spring tension on them as far as the drive and everything goes. So you should be able to pop that off real easy. And this one here is just a holder with a spring. Now here's the thing about it. You take in your top bar, you just depress that in, and that causes the tension, and that's what drives the auger and starts throwing the snow. And this belt here is what is worn out. So this is the one we're really after, but since this one's been on there a while, I'm replacing that one. So they're very short belts. And just to show you the bar, this is the bar here that I pressed and of course brought back, and we want to have that actioned here later on when we're going to take and remove the belt. We are going to have to tie this back, and in order to remove the belt, because there is a blockage I'll show you, and then of course another keeper. But for now, we just want it this way. Now the next step of what we want to do is we want to take our snowblower and of course tilt it on end. Now, one thing you want to remember is you get the gas out of the gas tank before you tip it over here, because otherwise, if it's a full tank, you'll end up with a big mess. But here we have the underside of the snowblower, and we have the belts that we need to access. Now I'm going to show you a couple points here. Now there are a couple things that are going to have to happen here. One, this belt's going to pop right off pretty easy. But this one here is going to take a little more effort. We're going to have to go ahead and remove this stud. And then in order to get this done here, we're going to have to hit this actuator bar. So I'm going to see if I can videotape it a little bit to show you what happens. You move that, and that gives you access to actually remove the belt. So you have to tie that bar back like I previously mentioned. But that is what holds it. But you have to remove this also, and I'll go ahead and we'll get the wrench and start getting that removed. Now this is a 1/2 inch here, and basically we just want to take and loosen it up. It's tightened. Oh, there we go. And we just go ahead and loosen this up. Once you get it going, it should be pretty easy to remove. But this stud here, that's all it is just a stud to hold the belt in, to keep it from falling off, I guess. So once we get it to a certain point, you should be able to just remove it with your fingers. It's pretty corroded actually. There we go. So we can get it out. That's all it is. Now we take and we can remove the belt, and that'll be pretty simple too, because all we do is pull this bar back, and then we should be able to grab this belt. Well, pull this bar back, we get this belt, release the belt first, then pull the bar back. And then of course the belt is free, so you can go ahead and replace this belt. Real simple, comes right on out, and then you got your belt, so you can put your new belt in. Now as you can see, this belt is pretty worn and cracked and everything else, and looks glazed. So let's compare it to the other one. Now this is the new one, and as you can see, I think it's a little bit on the worn outside. Definitely seen better days. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the transmission drive belt. Basically, like I said, you just release some of the tension on it. You can turn it off of there, because this whole transaxle is like spring loaded, so you can just push on it and release the belt, and then you can work the belt back out between the ends, and then you have this belt off of there, so we can get that one off. Now we're going to put this 04013 drive belt on here, and of course we have to go up underneath. And then we pull this belt back through here and just work its way in there, in between the spring and everything else that's back here. And then we can put it right up here on the drive. And all we do is we push this axle back, we grab this belt, and we just slide it right on there. We got our new belt on there for the drive. Now we're going to install the Auger drive belt, which is a 04014. And again, we want to take and slide it back down in here to get on the pulley. And we got this drive belt right back here. And we slide it down and then get it up over there. And then we have to put it around the tensioner pulley. Now remember, we got this on here, but we still have this part right here that we have to deal with. So you got to have a couple of hands, and you pull that back, and it gives you room, and then you should be able to turn the wheel to slide it on. Past that, then you should be able to give it some more tension, and there you go. You release the tension, now the belt is on, and you're done. That is it, folks. We got these belts on here, so we're going to go ahead and put the cover back on, and then we're going to change some oil. Now that we got all that on there, we can just go ahead and slide this bolt back on there, like so. And then, of course, we go ahead and tighten this stud back into place, because this holds the belt into place. And as you can see, those belts are pretty well thin and worn out, so this is a good time to do it. I was having problems with it running last winter, so it's a good thing that I got the time to do this. And there are only 2 belts. I thought there's 3, but I was mistaking my transmission drive as a belt too. So there's only 2 belts to this snowblower. But that's it. We got it all in place. Everything is, of course, in line. Give it a quick tension test. Yes. Boy, it feels good too. Nice and sturdy. So we have everything situated here, and we got the belts off of there, and we can go ahead and, of course, tip it back over. And let's see, got everything done. So we're going to go ahead and put the cover back on at the top. Just tip this back over so we can get this cover back on here. Now we just take and we wiggle this cover back down around here between the dry belts to get it back on there. It really goes on a certain way, so you just got to wiggle it around. There you go, till you get it in. Put this clip down in here, and on the back side you do the same thing. There we go. Got that all situated, and then we just put our screw back in here, and self-tapping screw is what they call it, I guess. Get that hand started, then we just take and basically we're just putting it back together. So now we got to drain the oil, but first I'm going to start her up, warm her up just a little bit, and then we're going to drain the oil hot, and I'll throw some oil in here. Now, I will tell you folks, I've checked the oil, and I do need to change the oil. It's been a long time since I ran this, so I don't know if it's going to start. So I got stable in the gas, but we'll see. Well, it only took about a half a dozen or more pulls to get it started, but it is running. I'll let it warm up and we'll change the oil. All right, we now have it all done, so we're going to go ahead and change the oil. This is oil filler cap, and in the back here is our drain, so we'll go ahead and drain it from right here. Not quite sure what size it is, so let's guess. All right, looks like we got a 10 millimeter. It's what we're gonna go ahead and use to drain it. Now I got this lid right here. I'm gonna put it up underneath here because this pan is too big. So we'll just go ahead and undo the bolt. And then I'll have this pan right here, pan lid, right here ready to go. This way I don't spill any oil all over the ground. And we'll just let it flow out. I'll remove the cap just to let it flow out. Then I could tilt it a little bit to help it get out a little bit faster. But we'll drain all this oil out. I think it only takes like 16, 20 ounces, something like that. I didn't really look. We're just going to fill it up till it's full. And that should do it. We'll put the bolt back in. And tighten her back up. And we'll dump some oil in it. Oh, I have opted to go ahead and use what I had on hand. And that is this, this AMSOIL signature oil. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a funnel, and I'm going to fill a little bit at a time here. And we're going to fill it up with a 0W20 full synthetic oil. I know the directions don't call for it. That's what I'm going to put in it. My snowblower, I guess I can do what I want with it. But I'm going to run this full synthetic AMSOIL 0W20 in it. I got the oil in anyway, and I had to look for the funnel, but it is full all the way to the top. So we can go ahead and give her a quick start here to see if everything works, and go from there. pump a little gas in it. And there we go. Holy cow, look how worn these belts are. Wow. They're really worn. Glazed over. And this was the, of course, the little drive belt there. And that thing is, the diameter of it was smaller, so it's pretty worn out. And this one, of course, is the auger drive. And this is the part number on it. And it was pretty worn out too. But oh my gosh, look at how glazed it is. Yeah, I think you can even see a burn mark or two on it where it got pretty warm when it started slipping. So yeah, these belts were worn out. That's all it is. Again, this is what they are. So in case you want to get them, there they are. There you have it, folks. Got the snow blower ready to go, and of course ready for that first snowfall. The auger's belts are all changed, the drive belts changed. It's got a new transmission for last year, and of course got the gas in there and the oil, so we're ready to go. And this is MACTFORDEDGE, and of course this is my wild card video. I hope you all learned something for the Yard Machine by MTD in this 179cc 22-inch snow blower. Powerful beast as it is. It does the job for my small driveway, so that's all I'm looking for. But again, see me on Facebook and of course on YouTube. And make sure you join and like everything that you see. It always helps. And do not forget the fan funding to help me keep these videos going and of course assist with some of the costs that go with it. But any way you look at it, I do appreciate you viewing the video, and I thank you very much for that. And with that being said, I got a little bit of music here, and Mercy Grill is going to take it away with a couple one-liners. And just remember, my feet hit the floor today, and I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe.